In a land fraught with peril, where chaos and terror consume the weak and the poor, a ragtag band of individuals stand against the crimson tide of doom and is known as none other than the Advent Five.
Capital of Nuria Natal. If you go to the map here, you can see it is a massive continent filled with deserts, mountains, rivers, little water, but um, but what makes it unique and kind of different than a traditional experience is that the creatures that you'll see and experience, the creatures that the creatures that you'll see and experience will be totally different and unlike any other traditional D&D kind of campaign. The land, the cultures, and that will be completely different and a unique experience. So I invite you all to try this with us. So, um, as we start in the city of Nur Natal, please cue the map as we are starting out in the Grand Library of Nur Natal. Um, as you see in this library, there are several bird-like folk, which are called Hiroti, from beautiful plumages from the deepest and darkest blacks to the colorful blues and grays. You see dark-skinned humans, bald, long hair as well, from dwarves, gnomes, even gear folk, which, unlike traditional Warforged, are pure machines. But as we kind of scour this really large and expansive library, um, you see that there is a dark-skinned man with long flowing hair, and it seems we have a child with him. Please tell us a little bit about what one of our adventures today, Boss and Naji, is doing in this library, and a little bit about them as well.
Okay. You would see Boss and Naji moving through the corridors of the library. Boss, his father, he's got a full beard, black hair, like you described, black flowing robes. And he's kind of looking very meticulously through volumes, kind of thumbing through them. He'll pull one off the shelf and stack it. And you see Najee, his 10-year-old son, who's got kind of wild hair. He's got a stack of books, just slowly collecting as his father just keeps. He's like, and this one, and this one. He's like a lot of good information about warfare in here. You know, he talks about a specific chapter about strategy. He tosses it into, you know, his pile, and that's kind of the introduction. You see Najee is a bit he's not having it. He's definitely not having fun, and he's looking for other places to be. But there you go. As
you all are sitting there gathering information, listening and learning as well, you would be approached by what looks to be a very tall catfolk with brown, almost like brown and white kind of stripes, and you would see this creature's running toward you full sprint. He seems to have some kind of paper in his hand as he approaches you, and he's like, "Are you the Ramag people sent to find?" As you see this person approach you.
It depends on who's asking, and he'd like kind of step in front of Najee, just in front of this guy. Are you okay? What's going on?
He looks at you and he says, I was getting given orders from my boss to try to find you. Please return to the guild hall as soon as you can. It seems like the guild master might have met an untimely fate. And you would know this figure to be one of the junior members. He's not a full associate of the guild, or the merchant guild that you are in. He is an associate or somebody that works with you guys on occasion, but isn't a full member. But you wouldn't know him very well at all.
But I've seen his face.
Correct.
Okay. I'd give him a sidelong glance, but, you know, motion to Najee, let's go. It clearly is an emergency, so I think we should follow. Tell him to drop his books. We can come back later. And we'd head to the guild hall. And as we're going, I'm hoping he's following, but I'm going to ask him, like, what's going on? What's the emergency?
He would tell you that, sir, one of the commanders or caravanners of the Basalt Caravan Company has came with the body of our guildmaster. It seemed as if he was seemingly dead on the road to Kush and seemingly perished along the way. And he had come here to recover and also laid his bones to rest. That is all I know. I've seen it for myself. Yes, he is dead.
What took him?
Bandits? I do not know. I do not know.
Yeah, basically.
And I've seen. Yeah.
I thought you were talking still.
No,
and then I'm like,
me too. I was like, hold on, wait a second, dude. This is Back to the Future stuff right there. All right, hey, but yes, he would look at you and he would say, "I do not know, but I do know that that the owner of the Basalt Trading Company is here, and he is at the guild hall waiting for you." Okay. All right, he would.
Yeah, that's bad news. Boss is troubled. He's thinking of a bunch of different connections. Who could have it been? Why would someone kill him? Was it an accident?
Right. Okay. And as is happening as well, next we go over to another one of our adventurers. You would see a Jinborn, a little above table knowledge for all of our watchers here. Jinborn are a little bit different than what you guys consider, but they're definitely unique. You would see a Jinborn seemingly in a meeting with somebody. In this meeting, they seemingly be discussing Jin to Jinborn politics, as the person that this female Jinborn is speaking to is also a Jinborn as well. And we go over next to Kiala. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and what
Okay.
you.
So first you would notice that she's got this light violet skin, and her eyes almost have a glow to them, but not enough to really notice unless you're making direct eye contact. And she has her white blonde hair. It's kind of tinged in blue. It's held back in a braid, like a long braid running down. And she's really nicely dressed, probably above her station. But despite how nicely she's dressed, her hair constantly looks windblown. And she would be like leaning over, looking a lot like she's trying to persuade this Jinborn to come to her way of thinking, with a little mischievous twinkle in her eye.
All right. You would know this Jinborn to be named Sanak. You know that he also is a fellow Jinborn of also one of your tribes as well. And he tells you that I've been sent here to evaluate some of the work that you've done in the city. We heard that you've made several connections with some of the humans here. As he looks at you, and as you would begin to respond, the door busts wide open, and you see this massive minotaur, and he seems like, "Ugh, ugh," and he kind of blows. He's like, "Water, water," and you see the Jinborn just turns around and just offers him the jug, and he just downs it, and he says, "You," and he points to you, Kiala, as he looks at you.
Me? What did I do?
He says, as he looks at you, I think your guildmaster is dead. Boss told me to come find Jinborn. He said that you liked people and stuff. He said to come find you. I was told that you had a meeting here. Hi. And he waves at your compatriot. He says, you have urgent news. Please come with me.
Okay.
As he kind of yells at you, and he's a big minotaur. He's a big boy. He sees, scattered jewelry, iron rings, silver rings, and stuff like that. He's not super well cut or anything like that, but definitely a little bit of drip on him. And I assume you follow.
Yeah, she's gonna ask if she can get a piggyback ride though.
All right, roll persuasion.
Okay.
All right, piggyback rides are not cheap.
21.
The 21, he says, I'm tired, but okay, all right. Yay. I'm not mooing. I'm not gonna moo. And he kind of goes down, and he lets you hop on his back, and he says, don't grab the horns either.
Okay, I won't touch the horns.
And he just begins to trollop. And you guys are making your merry way down, and he's just walking pretty fast. You've seen minotaurs move before. We've never been on the back of a minotaur. He's wind's blowing really quickly. He's running full sprint, and he has some stamina. As he's traveling down there with you as well. As you guys head towards the guild hall. Next scene. I'm gonna go ahead and move scenes here because this one is not in any kind of building. As we cut now to the scene in between two sandstone buildings, you would see a fey-like creature with purple hair, seemingly talking to several ladies of the street, conducting some business. As you see this, we cut to Aerith. But still a little bit about your character and what you be doing in the scene.
So Aerith is a tall and slim elf with alabaster white skin, and she wears a thin veil on her face that covers her piercing blue eyes. She normally has a very stern look to her face, but she smiles a lot. And
Right.
she's meeting with the women in the alleyway after awakening in the inn. She's gathered them all here today, discuss pleasantries, and then it's all down to business.
All right. So as you are talking with these ladies of the night, conducting business for your various means and ends, you see that it looks to be like as you kind of looking around, you see that like a shadow is appearing from like above you. Do you look up?
She looks up
It-
slowly. Ugh, what is it
Uh,
this time?
All right. Roll me a perception check to see how slowly you look up. This is important. Oh my. With a 10 in perception. All right. As you are looking up slowly, please roll me a dex save as you see that there is a gear force falling from the sky, yelling, "I found you!" Oof. You
Wow.
are you are prone as a massive metal man combat rolls on top of you, trying to not crush you to death with 400 pounds of straight hard metal. As he rolls off of you, you don't take any damage, but you definitely will be sore the next morning. As he just rolls off and says, "I have found you. You. Please come with me." What do you say?
She gets up slowly. Ugh. You're not the usual folk I deal with. And you're definitely not a usual.
What is that
What is
supposed
this
to mean?
about?
I am like anybody else. I have a heart too. Heart. As he looks at you,
Right. What is this about?
he says, "I've been sent by my boss, the leader of the Basalt company, to find you and tell you that report to your guild hall. It seems as if your guild master has died. Follow me."
That one died? Didn't expect that. All right, ladies, carry on without me. I'll see you all tonight.
He says, "Okay, mama. Okay, mama. All right. I'll see you tonight." Mm-hmm.
Lead
Said,
the way, Tin Can.
he's said, "All right."
He's from the
so-
south side of Natal.
Aerith is a fucking
Girl.
anime protagonist. Aerith is an anime protagonist, guys. So all right, mama. All right. And next scene. So we have as we cut to the next scene here, you would see we cut to like this training ground where you see people are training with practice weapons and kind of hitting and practicing almost like 300 style with various weapons, and you see various humans, dwarves, gnolls, Gearforce as well, training with all kinds of strange rounded weapons and sharp spears, and you'd see a large bear man. And you see this large bearded man seemingly conducting and talking with these trainees. And we cut to Horn Wonderheart. Please tell me what you'll be doing in this scene as you are on these training grounds with these trainees.
Yeah, so you would see a very large 7 foot 8 inch kind of coppery red colored skin, very thick furred bear folk standing around, probably standing next to a couple other trainers, I would say, watching these individuals in the ring fighting, essentially going through different techniques on what to do with some of these different weapons. And you'd see the big thing you'd see when you look at him is a large scar that starts on his left shoulder, runs all the way down into the crook of his left elbow. And as he's standing there looking at him, he's like, no. You got to move to the left when they step to the right. Would you guys figure this out already?
And yes, Mr. Horn, yes. And they kind of look at you, and they're like eyes are wide as they look at you and your massive just bulk and muscle. As they look at you, they're kind of whipping back into shape, and you see several other of the veterans are also talking to them. Not like that. Pick your sword off your like that, and get your sword out of your ass. And they're kind of just
give it to me. Watch. And they'll grab the sword from one of the trainees and step up and say,
Mhm.
okay, do that again. And as he steps to him, he steps right out of the way, smacks the guy right in the back of the knee and says, like that, would you? Like that. That's all I'm
not
asking
the
for.
knee. No, I took an arrow in that knee. And he's like, fuck. And he's just rolling on the ground as you hit him in the back of the kneecap. And he just gives back up and he says, all right, we'll do Mr. Horn as Horn. Roll a perception check.
Okay.
All right.
Only one.
I'm focused. I'm focused on what I'm doing.
You're not alone. As Horn is you see Horn you're kind of talking, and as you're kind of really getting really deep and trying to teach these kids, you see on your back, you see somebody kind of hop on your shoulders. Please roll an athletics or acrobatics check to see if they can kind of hang on your shoulders. It's a DC 13. Oof. You see a very small gnome woman leap on your shoulder and say, "Howdy, darling." Oh, furry.
You see, sort of as he hears that, because he's not used to having something on his back, you kind of see the pupils in his eyes start to get really wide for a second, and the lips start to curl up, and a growl starts to emanate from him before he turns around. Darla, what are you doing?
He looks and he says, yeah, you're a furry man. And just keeps rubbing him, and he says, yeah, I was told to find you. Yeah, I think your guild master died. I don't know. I was paid to come find you. You're a bear folk, right? You're warm. She's like rubbing you now. She's like, it's very interesting experience for just meeting this person. As she just kind of says, hey, and she looks you up and down and he says, yeah, so you should probably return to your guild hall. That's what my boss told me, but
with her hanging on, hearing that, he turns and starts running back towards the guild hall with her still hanging on.
That's all right. She has a +2 to this, and she's an athletics. She hangs on. You're fast as fuck. You're a bear, man. You're a big boy. She's hanging on for dear life. She's just hanging on like a cape. And you're just like, yeah, she's just holding on. She's holding on to your ears. She's like, oh, and she's running full sprint on the back of this bear. And we cut to the next scene. Last, but certainly not least, we cut to the scene where you see, in the middle of this town square, you see people are lining up. As you see, this gnome figure as well is being surrounded by these humans, and eyeing. As we cut to one of the shortest, but the greatest members of the squad, Duton Vilmore. Please tell me what you'd be doing in this scene, in this market, and tell us a little about your character.
Okay, so Duton Vilmore is a merchant of the high order. So as you currently see him, he's a gnome, probably about 4 foot 2 inches tall, about 72 in gnome years old. And he has several wares that he has pulled out of his backpack that he has tinkered over time, and he's winding them up, and they're like walking around, and you can see his kids get closer to him. He's like, no, give me some room. Don't touch the merchandise. All this comes at a fair price, I can guarantee you. And he's you can see him, he's kind of like panhandling for, like, looking for their parents, trying to sell these wares.
All right. Well, I'll give you a chance to sell something. So I say, as you're attempting to sell, you see a couple of kids here, and one kid is drooling all over, little trinket you made, just drooling. As you see his mom drag him off. Tell him we have to pay for that. Stop. And she drags the kid off, and they walk away. As Duton, roll me perception check as well.
Okay, let's see if I'm very perceptive today, since I'm trying to sell all of these wares.
You are perceptive. You see that a bald dwarf man appears. His skin is dark as mahogany, and he has a long, braided, thick, knotted beard. As he approaches and he says, "Hey, dwarven, hello!" And he goes to headbutt you. Roll me Dexterity save as he goes to give you a dwarven hello.
Oh wow. Okay.
You are knocked prone as this man says, "Hello."
What in
She
the
just headbutts. He just headbutts as he goes to headbutt you. After a few seconds, you're like, getting back to your senses. He says, "Oh, I'm sorry, little buddy," and he attempts to help you up. Do you accept his help?
Dutan would like jump into a stance like he was gonna fight. Sir, are you trying to rob me?
He looks at you and he says, "No, no, no. I've come here to tell you some bad news, buddy.
You
I
mean
think
worse
your
than the
guild
headbutt you
must-
just gave me?
It's a dwarven hello. What's wrong with that?"
Don't much like dwarves now.
Oh, you're just not, I guess you're not the nicest person to be around at a party. Well, sorry to break the news, but I think your boss died. I've come here
What?
to tell you to return to the guild hall. As he looks at you.
I just traveled all of these miles to meet with him to share my wonderful wares, and you tell me this man is dead?
He looks at you and he says, "Hey, buddy, I'm just a messenger. Don't shoot me. Shoot
Well,
that guy."
There must be somebody else in charge after him. Could you point me in the right direction, please?
He says, "Yeah, follow me." All right.
And Dutan
he
starts
says-
slapping the hands of the kids as he's gathering his stuff.
He says, "I'll help you get him out of the way." And he says, "Hey, buddy." And he first when the kid says, "Hello," and he headbutts a kid. The kid lays on the ground for a few seconds, and he has not gotten up yet. You're not sure if that kid is ever going to get up. The kid has not moved yet.
Hope the poor fellow's okay.
He looks, "It'll be all right." Bill's character. As the kid is softly twitching, as you gather your materials, and I assume you follow behind this bald mahogany skinned dwarf.
Yes, he would definitely follow behind him, keeping an eye out for any patrons who may be gleaming at some of his wares to try to make a quick sale as he walks.
Give me a perception check, because you're keeping your eyes on a swivel.
All right, perception.
All right. You notice that one kid was trying to kind of go behind you and check your pockets, but with your 12 in perception, you definitely keep your head on a swivel enough to kind of bat him away, and he runs off before you can really grab him.
Heavens to Betsy, I've never been in a town like this. And he keeps saying these words, Betsy, as he's actually talking to something, but it's like an invisible figure he doesn't see.
All right. As you all are kind of making your way to the guild hall, let me double check here, make sure things are good to go. As you're making your way down to the guild hall here, I'll drag you over to the map. You approach the guild hall and you see that as you enter, as I bring you guys over now. One second here. You see that there is several tabaxi-like folks as well. Let me just make sure that's on. There we go. That's better. I'm dragging you guys over right now. One secondo. Make sure you guys are nice and pretty. And you see that one of these cat folk is much larger than the other ones. And let me get you guys here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like I'm missing somebody.
Are we on the different map?
1 second.
You know, set up.
No, I forgot to. I think I'm missing a
I
person.
like
I can't
this
remember who
art.
I'm missing.
What is this from? Just random art you found?
I believe. I gotta check. I got it from Pinterest though, but yeah, it's really clean. And bam, you guys should all be able to see now. You guys should be at the guild hall now. Can you all see? Let me know if you cannot see. That is pretty important.
We just have to move some stuff
At first, I thought Nazanex had like a wig on.
Long red hair.
Oh, that's not it.
He's like, hold on, wait a second. That guy is right there. And you would see come from downstairs would be you would see several cat folk appear. And so if you hover over some of their names, you should be able to see a little bit about them. Tell me if that works.
Yeah, the mysterious
Fan
part.
member?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, big fella.
Yo.
I
Fancy.
side note, Val. Dark. he figured out there's an API and a macro you can set up to where if you want to cast light or turn on a torch, you can make a token action and it does it for you automatically.
That is, I gotta give a dark
I
that.
need to get it. Yeah, I have to hit him up. I found out last night. So
Right. But
Roll 20
yes.
stuff.
Yeah, so you would know that, for those that know the Guildmaster, you know that these are each of his adopted children. Your Guildmaster's quite old. He adopted several children from several walks of life to kind of help run the place when he wasn't here. You would see these lines of catfolk kind of appear, and you would see Hansi Gibello, and you know that he is quite famous for being the head of the Basalt Trading Company. And he would approach, and you would see he is covered from head to toe in fine armor. He wears a thick cloak to protect himself from the sand, and engineering or artificer-like goggles. And you see he would approach, and he would tell you, hello, I've sent some of my lackeys to find you. And you see that particularly the Minotaur is very tired. He's like passing. He's on his back. Just a little breathing really heavy. As Keala just took him for a ride for like 3 miles. So he would say, "What's wrong with him?" As he turns over and looks to the Minotaur.
He's fine. There was traffic. Just like hop off.
A lot of traffic, I guess. Yes. I just want to tell you that I am sorry for your loss. We had found your guild master's body when we had killed some bandits on the road from Kush, coming from Perzor. He tells you, and he says, we defeated some of the bandits, but it seems as if their leader, Shariah Young Eye, is still out there. She says, still prowling the roads of Kush. She is quite dangerous. As he looks at all of you, but we did what we could, and we did return your body of your guild master here, as he was a good friend of mine as well. He's going to all of you.
What can you tell us about this Shorai?
He tells you, and he says, he looks around and he says, she's a bandit unlike any other. I thought the damn gnolls were bad. She puts Havoc Runners to shame. Above table, Havoc Runner gnolls are some of the most elite bandits that put regular humans to shame, as they move almost as fast as lightning, zipping around the desert sands, prowling on caravans. Back to scene. As he looks at you all and he says, if I haven't been hit 4 times this month by her and her bandits and the Young Eye bandits, he says, I would have stopped her myself, but I've lost 10 men myself. Just trading, and lost 2 caravans myself from her brigade. I can't afford to have a witch hunt or try to hire some adventurers to try to track her down, as I'm still trying to turn a profit here. But I did want to return my friend's body out of common decency. As he looks at all of you,
It's very well that you did. Thank you.
Is anything taken that you can
he
tell?
says, above table, you guys would know that that your boss was going to Kush with a caravan of his own. He has several guards with him as well. Seeing that he is dead, you can safely assume that either those that came with him died or is dead. And his caravan, as Hassani looks at all of you, I did not see a caravan. Most of the goods that were there were dried up or useless for the most part. We did recover some of the weapons that they used. We sold that to get here for the return journey. As he looks at you,
On their way to Kush.
What was he originally taken? Would
He
I
was
know what
taking-
he was originally taking?
you know that he was taking a load of spices. Actually, not one load.
Were you able to get an idea of how many men were in their crew?
Well, they have several camps, from what I'm told. But the camp we took out was about 5 strong. They seemingly like to prey on small 1 to 2 camel caravans. But it's said that they have several several camps, at least 3. But if you could find Shirai, if you find her, I want you to. And he looks at you, and he kind of hisses at you like a cat. He is very upset, and he says, "Well, and I told you, are you going to try to avenge your master, perhaps? You all look like strong." And he looks at Naji. Is that a child?
Never mind the boy. So
No,
revenge
okay.
is one thing. Revenge is one thing. He'll just keep it at that. Never mind.
Alright.
Revenge. I'm already thinking about ways to take care of this crew, but surely a trader such as yourself, you'd be willing to pay for
He
something
looks
like
at
that?
you and he smiles and he extends his hand to you. So you really are a merchant. And he extends his hand towards you, boss.
I'd look at it and like, let's talk terms before shaking hands, shall we? Dutan. He'll look to
I
Dutan.
definitely agree. Pay is a very good thing.
Now,
Taking this bandit crew out's gonna help everybody, not
mu-
just us.
mutual, yeah, including Hassani, who you said you were attacked 5 times in the last month.
4 times.
Oh,
And he holds up 4
Get
fingers
it right,
and he looks
boss. Get it right.
and he looks at you and he says, "Well, I can't pay you in raw currency as my money is tied up elsewhere, but I could perhaps give you a shipment of ore for you to turn a profit yourselves."
Did he say or?
kind of boring.
Indeed, iron ore.
Malleable? I can mix some
Town,
things
you
with
can
that.
make some stuff. You can make some stuff out of that, right?
Well,
For sure, yes.
Yeah, we can make things. It's
Well,
certainly
but you know,
valuable.
of course, for the right price.
He says, and he looks at you and he says, "I can only give you 1 shipment of ore, as I am just extending this leave of courtesy to you, but surely you want to avenge your master anyway, so."
You want her head as payment to get the ore?
He says, yes. Off. And just so
above
you
table, real quick. Do we have any animals or stuff of our?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So everything you have in your inventory is still there. So everything you have in your all that stuff is you still have that stuff. And
Sweet.
Callie, you still have your giant lizard as well, yes. So he looks at you and he
You are
says,
muted, Aerith.
"Oh."
Knight's
Aerith,
over here talking,
Aerith,
and she's
would
muted.
you like to speak up and say something? You keep like
Oh.
your lips are moving, but nothing's coming out.
Did that
We
gear
have the
force
guild
land
whistles
on you?
still, right?
What's that?
Yes. Yes,
Still
you
the
still have the guild
whistles,
whistle.
right?
Yes. Yeah, still have your guild whistles. And as definitely you see that as you and everybody else are kind of new here except Dutan, you all of you guys are looking around here and you see Bria smiles and she says, "If you find her, please kill her. And when you do, bury her in a cursed grave so she can roam the plains and the desert sands for all of eternity." She spits on the ground. And she goes back towards
That one has a lot of fire in her.
I also want,
Good.
Hassani, if we could handle this issue for you, could you cover the costs of a memorial service for our guild master, since he was such a dear friend of yours?
roll a persuasion check at advantage.
Ooh.
The 15, he looked at you and he says, "It's gonna hurt, but I can get it done." He says, "If you can
Perfect.
kill her, bring her head back, I consider it fair." And he extends his hand towards you, Aerith.
Aerith will look over to the team. I don't shake hands for all of us, Does
I-
that sound fair?
I'm okay with those terms.
Duton boldly
Mhm.
walks between the legs. Yes, I will shake on that one.
He sends his hand to Duton, and he smiles. I've heard you gnomes are very cutthroat in the ways of business.
Cutthroat? I wouldn't say we're cutthroat, but we are quite cunning and, you know.
Pragmatic would be the word I use.
He smiles and says, "Well, abandoned never says they're abandoned." And he smiles at you, and he extends his hand to you, Philly.
Don't you know we're all guilty here in Shawshank?
He said, "Man, my lawyer got."
My lawyer fucked me.
No. Oh man. As you guys are kind of sitting here, he says, "Well, we will be at the inn." And he says, "If you need
Before
us."
you leave, can you
He's
point
turning
us
to
in the
you.
right direction of where the last time you saw where the last time you saw the bandits were?
And he looks and he says, and kind of a pop up says, "Hey, and we will mark it on your map." Dun, 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 as the wrong map.
So
hold
so
on.
so as Horn says that, he actually pulls a map out and lays it out and says, "Point it out for me."
He's like, "All right," and he's like that. Yeah, it's right here. And wow, because Nuria Natal. So both of you guys, when they're watching, so Nuria Natal is like the continent or like the country name and the city name. So I'm sitting here like,
New York, New York.
it's like, okay, where's the map? The
You
map.
need-
The map.
yeah, change that up.
Yeah, I just did now. I was like,
World map,
city.
city.
Yeah, it was fucking me up for a second. I was like, okay, so right here. I mean, go ahead. Yes, over here. He says whereabouts, and I pay good information for this, and I'm gonna kind of move over here. And he said she was last seen here, and hover over it, guys.
Oh, I had the name.
Oh, it's
yeah.
Oh.
Shira.
Oh.
I had the name so wrong.
Me
I heard Shirai.
too.
I called her
Sure.
Sierra.
Hey, I appreciate
Yeah.
the spelling.
I put some O's in there too, so
Hey, guys as well too. If I'm
By a
watching.
couple vowels.
Yeah. So we're gonna fuck some of these names up. So just
Sorry.
understand it is what it is. So all right. So so you do know that it is several 100 miles away, actually.
Yeah.
500
Days
miles
travel.
away.
Days travel. Like weeks travel, right?
Yeah. It's
Not
it's
by
a week.
boat. I mean, what do we travel on a boat per day? It may be longer as
boat
a
per day?
winding path.
Yeah, I mean, and also as
So
well
is this.
too. Well, if you go to the road, you
You
know,
should follow the.
yeah. You should definitely
Follow
above
the
table.
yellow
You
brick
guys
road.
know to follow the road. You guys know above table. Follow the road, or like it's like Skyrim. You
I'm a
go off the
level one
fucking road.
wizard. Like, I'll stub my toe.
Yeah,
Follow
and die.
please.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Najee has more HP than I do.
And your son's like, Dad, you look weak as shit, Dad. It's like, you're the one-
Do your push-ups and eat your carrots.
Yeah.
Boss,
He's
didn't
like-
I tell you to keep doing your push-ups?
It's like,
and boss,
I have
boss is
a.
strong as shit too.
Yeah, I know.
It's strong
He's
as
built.
shit. It's funny. Together, like putting push-ups. He's like strong as shit. Just like, yeah, I'm weak, guys. Sorry.
I can't take a hit, okay?
Yeah.
He just.
I'm used to giving them
he's-
out. I can't take them.
Yeah. He just. He gives
I
tricks.
only
But
dish them.
Glass jaw.
so you would know that one if you went by boat, that really large boats cannot really fit through the river of Nuria because of it's something like not like whitewater rapids, but it's not really built for large vehicles. So you wouldn't be able to take your camel. So if you guys wanted to actually make some money along the way by obviously like trading in different cities,
Yeah.
then you wouldn't be able to do that by boat, but you would get there quicker. But it would cost money though as well.
Well, I guess we have a long journey.
Kayla's gonna look at
Trying to move this thing to
Hassani.
see where we're at.
before he
Yeah, they're right
goes
here.
to get the name of that inn that they're staying at.
He says, as he looks at you, 1 second here, let me pull that up. He says, I am staying at where the oh, hold on, I think I written this down somewhere. I am staying at one-eyed well, I cannot spell specter. One-eyed specter. Tavern and winery. I'm staying at One-Eyed Specter Tavern and Winery. And
I am not surprised.
That
It
definitely
says,
sounds like a place we should check out soon.
Does sound like a good time, guys.
Anybody can roll a history check to learn a little bit about One-Eyed Specter Tavern and Winery.
Wonder if I've heard something about this.
Not it.
Oh,
Oh well,
Horn went
Horn.
in.
Okay,
Horn,
Horde.
as
That
you
plus one.
are, as you've heard stories from your fellow people, and also mercenaries and guardsmen that the place for rich snobs that like to drink wine with their pinky extended, and they eat cheese and bread and crackers and stuff. It's for the rich folk, and it sucks.
Hey
They do
now.
plays. They do
This
plays
sounds
and
like
shit.
Kayla's place.
They do
Guys, come on,
plays
we
and
gotta
stuff.
go there.
They do plays and stuff, and they do a yearly play about the story of the One-Eyed Specter, which somebody could also roll another history check about if you like.
I pushed my luck already.
I can do this.
Yeah, with a one,
I've got
with a
a-
one, I'm gonna link it.
There
All right, all right. I see that +1. Tell us a little bit about where your plus from comes from. As you are, yeah.
Yeah,
As we
we'll
didn't
do
get to,
this.
yeah. I got you.
The feat. Once, let's see, it's called parental bond. While you and Najee are within 30 feet of each other, you get a +1 on attack rolls, skill checks, and saving throws. In addition, once per short rest. If I fail an attack roll, skill check, or saving throw, Najee or one or the other, we can attempt to do it to save it. So, like, I like to imagine that between us, like, do I remember that book we were talking about? I showed you, we studied.
Yes,
everything. It's
I
like,
do.
yes.
Dad, it's called Moby Dick, and you're like, got it. Moby
Thank
Dick's
you.
my answer. It's like Family Feud, man. It's like Family
Basically.
Feud. It's like he's like, what's the top answer on the board?
There's a lot of information in this head. Sometimes it spills out. And thankfully, I got someone to remind me. But
awesome.
yeah, what do we know
Awesome
about
sauce.
the one?
Yes. So you would know that the One I Expected is a story about a man who was actually killed by a spear wound through the head, right through his eye socket. And you know that he was to marry his wife on the way home from the battle that he was in. He died before he could do so. He became a ghost, and it says that he haunts the desert sands near Mushimi's hills from a previous battle from centuries ago, looking for fair maidens that look similar to his previous fiance.
It's a sad tale.
And you would know that. But the play at the One-Eyed Specter Tavern and Winery is a pretty popular play in the city of Noria. It is.
Imagine they pay a lot for paint.
Yes.
How many words are on that sign? One Eye Spectre Tavern and Winery. It's like, I imagine the guy making the sign is like, you think and winery is too much? And it's like, we got some paint leftovers. It's all like small at the bottom.
It's like the
Wait,
longer the name, the more
we gotta
official it sounds.
We got to finish out the gallon. Come on now.
Are we getting paid per letter?
Hey, that painter was like, so I think you can expand the idea.
We're gonna have to
more.
upgrade you to the large sign.
The premium package,
Yeah.
right? I'll get you the-
Depends on what font you want too.
It's in Comic Sans.
It's like, all right, guys. It's like, I
Are
don't
you
think that's
kidding
how
me? Papyrus?
It's like, oh my god, what is this? Pod news? Oh my goodness. So that's what you would know, and that's what he would say that he is going Kiala. And he says, we're gonna go there and we're going to watch the play and also see some of the girls dance as well. And you know that most taverns as well around here have several dancing women. To put that in modern terms, for anybody watching, is like go-go girls. They don't really, obviously prowl the night like some of Era's friends. They just dance because
I have
it's what
friends
they
in
do.
all categories.
She does. Everybody as well
I
too.
got friends in low.
And different area codes. So
Different area codes.
us different area codes. Friends, different area codes, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. So that's what he would leave the guild hall. The other
I
How's it
would
kinda-
suggest starting to plan a very large memorial. You know how the guildmaster was.
Possibly
Big
at the One-Eyed
functions.
Spectre. That seems like a great place to host this.
I was
He's-
thinking direct cremation.
Shut
Probably
up, boss.
cheaper
We
that
want a
way.
party.
Yeah, it's more.
That's why we're
it's
here in
more
the first
practical.
place.
I'm curious.
He-
Did he leave us anything?
he says, and you see that Bria would have says, yes, he left this letter. And he said it seemed to be sealed with a glyph of warding to have a message. We haven't opened it yet because we're waiting for you all to get here. But now that you're all here, are you ready to listen to the message?
Give me a moment to take a look at that.
As you ritually cast detect magic,
Mhm.
you look at this letter, and it is seem to be have two different magic sources, seemingly from it has abjuration, which you can assume is from the glyph of warding, and it also has what is that? Conjuration magic, I believe. So you see
Mhm.
conjuration and abjuration
Hmm,
from the glyph in the message.
how strange. Well, there's always a risk. I doubt that he was trying to harm us. Anyone
Mhm.
want to do the honors?
Sure, I'll open it. It's just a letter, guys. She'll take it and open it.
As you open the letter, you see like almost basically like a hologram kind of appears of your guild master. And as you see it pop up and appear, you see he kind of is like, all right, kind of sits down in like the video kind of message, and he's pointing, and he says, if you're seeing this, I'm probably dead or disabled. Fuck. And he begins to pour a little bit more liquor. As the guild master of the Shifting Sands Merchants Guild, I am here to delegate some of my previous assets and earnings. As you all know, I was a very wealthy man. Above table, he was not a very wealthy man. And what he says, to Boss, Kiala, Duton, Horn, and Aerith, I've gathered you all here to take the guild to new heights. As I was never the best merchant. And above table, you guys all know him or have heard of him, you, Duton. But the other four of you have definitely had extensive contact with him. And he's definitely not the best merchant by any stretch of the imagination, but he is quite likable. And he continues on in the message, and he says, so I give you all equal partnership and ownership in my guild, and it now becomes your guild. I task you with protecting my children and making sure that they're safe and they are not stolen, enslaved, or captured, as slavery is a very popular thing in the city of the South, in the continent of the Southlands, and is actually very common. And he also says as well, I also have left you with a small token of my wealth and esteem, as he smiles in the image. And he says, please check under my desk, in my lockbox, behind my underneath the left-hand drawer. And he says, also, if I die, you recover my body. Please, I would like to be surrounded by dancing women in my funeral. Specifically, as many as you can afford.
Is the
Which is a
sign still
lot.
here? Is
Yeah,
he taking
no,
notes?
I told you
no,
at
he
that
left.
place.
He totally left. he is gone. He's totally gone as the message clicks, and and you guys are left with a news of a lockbox. He left you guys some kind of token of his esteem.
I wonder if it's
You-
petroleum jelly, guys.
Oh,
Petroleum jelly.
oh God.
Why would it be that?
We could use that on this trip, okay? I have a feeling we're gonna need it. This is sounding terrible. Thanks.
So,
What were you?
So-
I thought you were just joking.
Kayala, Kayala, just the petroleum jelly needs to stay a secret. Remember?
But if we don't have it, we might die.
It is dry outside. My lips might get chapped.
yeah, I get the petroleum jelly, guys. I guess look to
Well, I guess I could use some of that in some of my contraptions. I heard it does make a good lube.
Yeah,
I'll go up and
lubrication's the
check
thing.
the
He's
desk.
he's a tinkerer.
see if I can
Yeah.
find the lockbox.
You definitely do find the lockbox, and you see that inside of this lockbox is 25 gold pieces and a small note. Do you read the note?
Yeah, I'll open it and read it.
Buy as many dances as you can for my funeral with this money.
Ugh.
Good, because I was not about to pay for such an extravagance.
We weren't gonna be paying anyways.
I
Hey, Aaron,
just don't
Aaron.
understand.
Problem
You
solved.
think
We're
we can get- what do you
paying
think
for the
about
effort.
30 seconds for this amount of gold here? Is that about what that's gonna run?
25 gold, a lot of gold.
It's
a lot of
really
mo-
nice that we have some spare gold sources.
Mm.
And
I
I'm
will
gonna
just rely
hand
on
the,
that.
And he wants.
I'm gonna hand the
dances?
gold to boss. Boss,
Let me put this into our assets.
I didn't know the man that long, but from what I could gather, he was a bit of a party esker.
He was a lush.
He enjoyed a good
I guess I could
time.
understand then why he wouldn't be a good merchant.
Exactly.
How did he get to
Everything.
be the
can I
leader
search
anyway?
the desk for anything else that might be of interest, like party favors or
Also,
Notes.
yes.
notes, I mean,
Also as well, boss. Please roll me a history check as you guys think about your previous employer.
no joke. I didn't catch his name.
I did not either.
Okay, I'm
Does
glad.
anybody remember his name?
I was trying to avoid it. for
Okay,
as long as
fine. Hang
possible,
on.
but-
I'll go back.
I'm just making sure if the first person that knows his name gets inspiration. I think you find it first.
I don't think
But
I was
yes.
there for that session.
You weren't.
With the 26, you know that that your guild master was famously the first person to coin several terms. It is what it is, and no sleep till Nuria. Oh. And he's a very he was the more of the bachelor lifestyle of guild masters.
So when I look at his desk, does he have that spot on his desk where he's banging the beat out every time he says "no sleep till Nuria"?
Hmm.
No.
There
Sleep.
is one spot that's a little bit lower than the other side.
Okay.
Where it's a little bit it's like he's probably beat that thing real hard. Horn, can I get 1 second right here? I'm getting a call. Just 1 second here.
all the
gonna-
scuff marks on his desk from
Yeah.
the lines of cocaine that he did.
I mean,
Just blow-
Alright, hold on.
Just blowing
Hold on.
all of the guild's money.
We had the worst guildmaster ever.
He's the best.
And
The worst.
yeah,
in the
the
world.
worst. The worst.
But he did have to go.
More do.
He did have to go and inconvenience us by dying.
I do want to like
Hey.
pull open all the rest of the drawers and see if there's anything.
Roll me an investigation check because you're doing this as well.
All right.
I'm quite confused why he left this to us, if I'm honest.
Right. His name was Mordu. Mordu.
You get inspiration.
Woo!
Yeah, it is more. Let me get you back on the guild hold as well. There you go.
Can I get the spelling of that? Please. and thank you.
Well, I just wrote MORDU.
hold on. Oh, okay. Wow.
Not that bad.
Wow.
More duh.
More duh.
Is that like Scooby Doo?
Okay, hold on, ladies and gentlemen. You guys are like charade, not charading, it's scrabbling this. Uh, hold on.
Like that's not a word. That's not a word.
Oh, I was
It's
close.
like- yeah.
There we go.
And I'm about to say you guys are like more dog, Maha.
My
It's
dog.
like, all right. It's like hold on. Yeah, no. So as you guys are searched there, you find several notices as well of just overdue bills, and you also find that your guild master in this guild hall does owe a small fee of 250 gold pieces to some nefarious individuals.
Wonderful.
Do I know them?
Well, roll a history check, Harith.
Maybe we should start our own guild.
A new one?
We can
Yeah, this
rebrand.
one's like in the red already.
Rhea looks at you and she says, and she's like smacking you with the purse. She says, "My dad trusted you with the future of this guild," and she's smacking you with the purse, like you know how the
Well,
lady do the movies.
let's think about it, Duton. I mean, just getting all of the facilities, 250 gold is pretty cheap, all things considered. I mean, look at this place.
Yes, look at
It is. It does.
What does the
It is a pretty
upkeep
big guild.
cost us?
Now
You
we're
also
talking.
find that note. You also find that note as well. It's a yearly upkeep as well. But if you'd like to know, the yearly upkeep is 2,500 gold pieces.
Okay.
This is what we
and-
call in gnome a money bottom.
Money sink.
A money bottom.
Yes,
Money
a
bottom.
money bottom.
Hold on, a side station. Give me a second. I'm gonna call me your answers. I'm sorry, guys.
Never heard of that term.
Can we get a 5-minute break here?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that, guys.
Sure.
And screen.
We'll be
We're back.
back.
We'll be back in 5. Sorry. All right. So are we good?
Yep.
All right. So as you are scouring your mind, you do know some of the people from the kind of invoices from these nefarious people. You know that one of the people, hold on, is one of the groups is known as the Emerald Order, and you can roll another history check if you're asking this is not the Emerald Order, actually. But you know that there are people that deal with the water for that nine, but you wouldn't know too much about them, to be honest, actually, with the nine. But one of the groups is the Emerald Order, and another one of the groups is, double check here, is Saket Sting, and I'll copy and paste that in chat as well. Well, Sakelk. Yes. Sakelk
Bless you.
Sting. It's like Sakai. Sakeldo. And also so both of them have orders. So the Emerald Order is owed 100 gold by you guys, by your guild. And you guys owe Saket Sting 150 gold pieces. All right. And as you guys have
Did you say we know about these orders or no?
Aerith does. Aerith does.
Okay.
She specifically has dealt with these. I mean, actually, the order of the Emerald Order is fairly common, but you would just know of them, like the CIA or something like that. They're not the CIA, but like the CIA. No one, you don't know exactly what they do. You just know they do stuff. That's kind of what the general population would actually know about the Emerald Order. And you see that Lycosis would approach you. He has a thin goatee and freckled beard as well, and he would approach you, Kiala, and say, "What do you make of this?" Let me actually delete all these characters out here. Forgot about these guys. So what do you make of this?
Which part?
My dad dying. What part are you confused about? He looks at you strangely. strangely.
Well, we're getting ready to go avenge his death. We're getting this new bit. There's a lot of parts working here. But yes, I am so sorry that your dad passed. Didn't know him very well, but
Good times. He nods, kind of
bet.
looks off in the distance, and he says, "Well, he also as well." And he kind of pulls out a kind of a tool belt. Well, not a tool belt, but like I don't know if they have man for a satchel. He pulls out a satchel and he hands it to you, KL, and he says, he said that he wanted to pass it on to the next owner of the guild, and it seems like you guys are, and do you open up this satchel?
Yes, she's gonna open it up.
As you check, you see that it contains, I'm going to type it in chat and say it at the same time, 2 health potions. 1 potion of climbing. And I'm copying and pasting this, so you guys can just copy it later when I finish posting it. Of climbing. 1 potion of water breathing. If I can spell breathing. And wow, I really cannot spell what is that? I am fucked, dude. I need to go back to hitting off on this for real. Holy shit. Like, is that an R? Yes, I'm not stupid. This is okay. There we go. So 2 potions of health, 1 potion of climbing, 1 potion of water breathing, and also 1 potion of haste.
Ooh.
And she's gonna kind of like tear up, like, "Oh my god, thank you for giving this to us, really. Thank you."
Looks at you and he says, "I know if you'll avenge my father. You have the Midas touch." And
Midas
he smiles and looks at you, and he extends his hands to you to shake your hand. The Roman style hand with like the wrists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'll return it, and like her gold wristlet is probably gonna like land under his hand. Like, yeah, Midas touch. Got it.
It's what's
the
like a sitcom? a sitcom, and the music drops and it's like, and he smiles off in the distance. Yeah. So as you guys have received some health potions, a little bit of gold, a little bit of background information as well. Seems as if you guys are trying to prepare to do this. So what are you guys doing to prepare? Are you guys doing anything else, or you guys like to rest up and head out?
When I leave a note for the bartender.
All right. Abagak is he's kind of, you know, that he's a tiefling. He's also the oldest of the guild masters guild heads, not the children. He is in his late 40s.
So the note, not that you guys would know this, is instructions for my girls, because one girl usually comes by the guild hall at least once for my instructions.
Okay.
Did you just say your girls?
Not to us.
Not out, I say not out loud.
Not out loud. Arif has girls different area codes, man. Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, so
so-
she gives him the usual note, and she'll be like, "Thank you for everything."
He nods and he says, I'll make sure it gets to her. And would you like to name this woman that you received earlier, or would you like me to? I have a name already, but if you have a name, I'll use it.
Go ahead, Val.
All right.
I have a dedicated notebook section for this.
How many do you have?
Long, tall
He
Sally.
determines.
Long, tall Sally.
Yeah.
Long call, Sally.
Yeah, she's
Long-
long and tall.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wait, long
Yeah.
haul or long tall?
Long,
Your
tall
call.
Sally.
Oh, long haul is so much better.
Long haul sounds weird.
She goes all
Okay,
night.
okay. Yeah,
Exactly.
Long haul. I feel like she's like one of those like beat up, like she's been through the ringer. She's been
Road,
through the
road
ringer.
hard, put away wet.
Yeah, no,
Oh my
not,
God.
It's got
not
like the
put away
Joan Rivers
wet.
voice.
She
She's like,
fucking
"Hey,
crashed
honey."
and she crashed and burned at like 40. And she just keeps pushing. I gotta put my kid through college. Yeah, it was like that's rough. Okay, maybe not long, tall Sally. Arif, if you have any better names, please. Yes. Okay, I'll let you name this person.
Too late.
Um,
It's canon.
Please,
Yeah,
so we don't
it's-
so we don't get on so many tangents on that one.
Yeah, that is major tangents.
She'll just be
it-
Sally, but we'll all know.
There you
Well,
go.
Like the one we all know.
Oh,
Sally.
the
Sally.
one. Oh my
That
God,
girl.
not the one.
We will know.
He said,
So this one's
That's who I
Sally, but
thought
we
busted
know.
through the door.
all right. Well, stop sneaking with Sally through the alley. You know, you know.
If we're going to
Uh.
travel, I say we prepare a couple of
Rations.
loads. Well, rations, water, and then load up these camels. They are empty. We might be able to trade
Oh.
along the way.
All right.
What are we taking
You-
with us? What goods are we taking with us?
Well, you have all
need
the
to
goods
untra-
that you have. You have all your goods that are you guys have currently speaking. So for the viewers watching as well, let me just go back so you guys can see some of the goods they have. Let's count them out so you guys can at least know what the team has.
We have
Um,
53 rations, 2 barrels of water, a barrel of wine. As far as that goes,
Mm-hmm.
It's my
I don't
favorite
think we
barrel, by the way.
the barrel of wine, so it's a good barrel. Then we have a bunch of weapons and stuff. Should we get rid of this stuff? Can we sell some of this stuff? Just liquidate. Like I don't know. if
Yeah,
we
yeah,
need
yeah,
13
yeah.
spears.
Absolutely.
Didn't we already do that?
Feel like we talked about it for a long
Mhm.
We
time.
got like 37 gold out of all of it.
Yes, we did do that. I do
Oh, then-
remember that.
Let me update.
It just didn't get deleted.
Let's clean it up.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Okay.
Guys, do we want to bring Pedro with us or should we leave him here?
Hey, the more the
Um,
merrier. Why not?
Is that your lizard?
It's the lizard.
Your
I
giant.
didn't know
lizard.
you named it.
Yes, his name
Bring
is
Pedro.
Sir Pedro.
Bring Pedro.
Scaleback.
Why
And what
not?
about Kojin Ball and Cal and Heffelix? Are they coming along with us?
Our
Val?
employees.
Are they elsewhere?
they are elsewhere, so you don't have any of your employees with you right now. They are elsewhere. Yes.
Cool. Actually, we have 4 barrels of water and 25. I'll combine these.
Mhm.
So we have food and water for sure. 78 rations. I think we just need to load up on goods.
Don't forget as well too that each of your animals take a ration a day too as well. Don't forget that either.
We currently have 78 divided by there's 6 of us, Najee 7, and 3 camels.
And a lizard too. The giant lizard counts.
So divided
And I
by
had-
11.
I still have 10 of those camel milks we haven't done anything with, which are good for a day's worth of
Ration.
water and a ration.
Oh, we can feed that to yeah. Okay. So with the rations that we have 7 days for everybody, a full week, not including the camel.
How long will it take us though
I don't know.
to get there?
How long would I believe it would take us to travel?
To the next,
Oh,
the biggest.
roll me a cartography check.
Thank you.
Yeah, cartography check. Find out next time on.
1313. Dead end. drive.
Yeah. All right, let me go back to the map and 1 second here. It's gonna take you roughly. Let's do some quick maths here. Wow, you have to actually cross the river at Per Basset too. Yeah. Oh my cow.
But there's no
Oh.
trade spots along the way where we could.
No,
resupply?
it's several. So let me move you back over to the main map here. As Horn lays out the map, he's like, all right. It's several cities. You have let me just move the marker out the way so I can actually show you. You have one Yasani there, Malamar, you have Per Basset, Danjanoy, Per Zor, you have Per Kush, and yeah. You also have, if you want to go keep pushing as well, keep further down, Makuria as well. You have several cities as well you can resupply.
So I guess the question is, which city should we head to? Mimpar is like on the way. This one we kind of I don't know if we lose any time or gain.
You
any
would,
time.
yes. You would lose some time if you went that way. To Yashanti, you lose a little time.
So 162 miles. What are we doing? 24 miles per day? Is that the travel rate generally?
On the roads it's 30. If you don't have a road, then if you're not roading on a road, it's 24.
So 165, 30, 5.5 days, theoretically. We don't get attacked by a valley of scorpions or
Earthquake.
Dragons or anything like
97
that.
sand
Butterscotch pudding.
Oh my god. So in the viewers who's watching as well, just so you guys are aware, every single day traveling, we have these pretty much like specialized encounter or event, I call them event checks, that don't always end in combat, but just things, unique things that happen once per day. That's a little bit better in my opinion than just having just sleeping encounters. So yeah. So cool sauce there, and just so you guys are aware.
So we have
but
enough supplies to get to Mimpar and have a
Mhm.
little bit extra too. So I think we're okay
Mhm.
for food and water.
Okay.
Aerith, does anyone have the link to the goods, the Google sheet? I thought I booked it.
Yes. I think it's pinned in I thought I pinned it in Discord. If not,
General?
like somebody I thought it was in the Avon 5 messages. In the group message. In the group message, I thought I sent it there.
I'm just gonna drop the link in the
Zoom.
Oh, I did. That's funny.
It works.
All right, everybody's
We're
gonna
gonna
be
have
like,
to blur
"Hey!"
this out. We're gonna
Yeah.
have to blur this out.
Be
People
like,
are in there
"Hey!"
jacking with us.
He's like, "Oh my god!"
Well,
hey,
they can't see
guys."
the map, so for now,
Hey.
it's good. Let's just like spam
Oh,
the
fair
chat
enough.
real fast.
Get into
All right,
combat
fair
quick
enough.
so we can start rolling dice.
Oh
All
god.
right. Spamming, we're spamming, we're spamming, we're spamming. All right, we're
Okay,
good.
that's far enough.
All right, so yes.
Oh god, you
Um,
lost it. Now I have to post it again.
Hey. I was like, oh shucks. No, but that's the link there. So yeah, double check out there. I mean, the smaller cities you can't really resupply as far as goods, but as far as like getting enough goods to ship, but they have enough goods obviously where you can obviously like refuel and stuff. That's totally fine. Just not enough to like export. That makes sense.
For sure. So Nuria, what do they have here? Pick up some papyrus. We have to keep within our means. Wheat.
But
Well,
do
we
we know
also
if we're
have
heading if
something,
we're
right?
heading that far south, do we know what what would be not as
Yeah, more valuable down there. Like
yeah,
I know, just
not as prevalent down there?
Mimpar isn't on
I would
here,
say
so
I
this
would
one-
say
But best it
yeah.
is.
yeah.
I would say as far as like
Shit,
what
we
you
don't
know
have
is
any of
selling out
that.
there, you would have to try to maybe go to a tavern and see if you can find some rumors about where you're going and maybe try to strike up that. But you wouldn't know off the top of your head what's happening
Dang.
like hundreds of miles away.
Herbastet's got
Yeah.
some crazy stuff. Gold, mithril, rubies, fine perfumes, and diamonds are loaded.
This sounds like Keala's town. She's looking forward to this town.
Per Basset,
Where there's money, there are thieves.
you know it's a lot of cat folk in Per Basset, and they love
They're
to
shiny.
live
The
luxuriously.
shiny.
Yeah. All
While
right.
we're here, what should we pick up? We can make some money.
Do
Might as
we have anything already?
well. Let me double check.
You
Our
should.
assets is crazy. I almost
Okay,
feel
it-
like we should convert this into an Excel, like a
At
separate.
this point, man. Okay, so like
It's easier
uh,
to edit. You know what I mean?
then
True.
yeah, then the roll 20 handout
Mhm.
because
Yeah.
it's that makes sense.
Deal with
All
that
right.
later.
Okay, we can
We
Sounds
do
like
that
we can do that
later.
tomorrow.
we can do that later. Fair enough.
Better.
But you guys should have a load of I think what barley still, right?
I don't see it listed.
We sold
Unless I'm
that.
crazy. Did you still all of your goods?
No,
I
we
think
picked
so.
up we picked up barley and Cormel, but then we went and dealt with that shipwreck thing and never did anything with the barley.
Yeah, we
so you guys
should still have barley.
that. Yeah, you should still yeah, you should still have that, yes. Which if y'all want it, y'all could try to sell that in there if they don't sell barley as well.
And neither do they in
They don't.
Estet. So we can either sell it now, get something else, or we can wait and sell it down there.
We should sell it here, and then we can pick up fresh stuff to go sell.
Sounds great. Duton! Where are you?
I'm here.
We need some negotiations going on. Some
Oh,
Well,
God.
I assume Kayala and Dutarn are gonna go try to sell some barley.
Well, why
Alright.
not? No time like the present. Barley it is.
Alright.
Yes, barley. We're gonna get rid of this barley and head south.
I imagine dwarves would cherish that. I'd start there. They can make their ales and whatever else out of it.
You know that several taverns would love to have barley as well, particularly the one I expected tavern and winery as well. Or also several other taverns in the city as well. Or you could also sell it to used by most anything because it's a good food stock.
Granaries, yeah, they can eat it.
Yeah, it's a good food stock, so it can it's very accessible. So if you guys are trying to find somewhere to sell this, Duton, give me an investigation check.
Investigation. All right.
The 16, you figure that the best place to sell it for the most profit as you kind of use your nose or your kind of gilded nose is it's a large restaurant in Nuria. And let's see here. Matter of fact, somebody give me a name for a restaurant because I'm really feeling a name. I got a name, but apparently my name sucked. So
We enjoyed that name. I don't know what you're talking about.
I thought it was a great name. I was like, that's a good name. Like, this name sucks. Yeah. Somebody give me a name of a restaurant, of a deserty restaurant. Because I got one. And it's.
Nope.
I have a name,
Yeah, I
but
was like,
if
no,
I say it,
no, not gonna fly.
all right. Well, I got.
I
it,
have
then.
one. I have one. How about the dry winch?
That was worse than where I was going. That does not sound appetizing at all.
Fair enough. So
I like the
this
name.
it's a
looks like a
classic
sketchy
D&D
place.
name. I mean, yeah. So it wouldn't be a large restaurant. It'd be a hole in the wall. For some.
Is there a well?
nefarious
Is there a
events.
well sitting out front that's completely run dry?
Oh my god. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's a large well. And it says has been dry since I married her. On top of the this is so well.
Oh Jesus!
Wow.
I was not going there with it, but okay.
No, it would knowing classic D&D. No,
Okay.
it would
Blame
definitely.
it on the D&D. That's fine.
It's
Blame it on
totally,
the
it's
goose,
totally.
Blame it on the Henny.
D&D made me do
Blame
it.
on D&D. Hey, we get canceled, guys. First session. Just want you guys to know I love you all.
We're going down with the
a
ship.
little- yeah. But yeah, so it's a small restaurant. But they seem to have a lot of currency to be able to purchase goods. So, that's probably the best place to sell. It may not be the safest place, but it's the best place to sell.
Cool. So I'm gonna secure my gold and I don't even have gold. I'm gonna secure my silver, tuck it in like a hidden pocket or something, and be like, all right,
Right.
let's go to the dry winch.
All right. As you guys go to the dry winch, you're met by a halfling man who only serves drinks on the bar or the table of the bar. So he sees you, he flips off, and he says, and he pulls out a switchblade, and he's like, "What are you doing here, lass?" And oh, hey, and he sees you trying to get you, trying to get you a high five. Hey, you're not a tall leg.
No, I'm no gully. Do you two know each other?
No, man. She's tall. Screw it. Hey, but you want a drink, man?
Why, you're the nicest person I've met so far in this godforsaken place, but
And
yes,
all these
I
damn
would- I
tall
would like
legs.
to drink.
All these damn tall legs here, man. They smell and they always suck up all the gravity when they're around.
Well, I
and
can
he
show you
motions over
this
for
one
you.
here. She's very, very different. She's more to our liking than the rest.
He smiles and he says, sure. But what brings you here is he pours Duton like a massive mug of beer, and he pours Kiala like and pushes it over to you. He's like,
A little espresso cup.
yeah, this foam. It just foam.
Duton grabs his mug and he
He's
starts
full of foam.
drinking and looks at Kiala while he's drinking. Go ahead.
So she's gonna take a sip of her foam here.
Foam.
So
Oh.
we have a proposition for you.
He says, okay.
We have
What
some
is it?
goods we'd like to offload. Goods that will make you the finest ale in Nuria. Bring in some more business. Maybe get some more clientele in here. Get the rivers flowing.
the
won't
water
be as
back in the well.
dry.
Put
Yeah.
the
We're gonna
water
fill that
back in the
well up.
well.
That
Zutan
water has
slams his mug down, wipes his face. Yes. Very, very good kids. Very good kids. Good
the
kids.
foam.
Yeah, very good kids.
all right.
May I have another,
Zutan,
please?
give me a con save. Zutan, give me a con save. And yes, he pours you another one. Frosty. He gives you an even bigger mug this time. Good shit. Good shit. He looks at you and he says, well, I'm only going to accept this deal if we arm wrestle. And he extends his hand to you and he slams it on the table. I can beat any tall leg this side of Nuria. And he,
Oh, you should
Yeah,
go on
you
and
should
You
on the
want to
table.
arm wrestle me?
yes.
Najee, this should be good. Let's take a seat here. I've got money on our own. Kayla can whoop his ass.
All right. He pulled at least one thing. Then you see, like, yes, he's a pretty muscular halfling. He works out. He's.
I'm sorry. Before you do this, how about a friendly wager between us? If she beats you, she gets tall drinks just like me.
Mhm. If this tall leg beats me, I'll give you all a free round on the house.
Oh, I think that's a very
And
good
I
deal.
won't. But if I win, she has to say, and all your friends have to say, that short legs are better than tall legs, and tall legs sucks. And I'm sorry for stealing all the gravity.
Oh, I'm sure
I
they
pick
won't
a
have a
cup up-
problem. And he
I
leans
pick a
in,
cup up off
whispering
the
like,
bar.
"You already know that we're better, so you know."
I pick a cup up off the bar like a teacup that looks like a giant actual cup of.
He's like,
Like sitting at a our knees are all the way up.
it's like this place is not height friendly.
The little stool is just creaking under his weight.
And the roof is so the ceiling on the,
The
roof
roof
is
is
5 feet
on
5
fire.
tall. It's 5 feet 5 tall.
He's all
Does its headbutting
crooked.
to
Just-
like what the hell, dude? Horn is like basically bear crawling to get inside. But yeah, he slammed his hand on the table. Kiala, do you accept?
Yeah, she will. She's gonna like kind of stretch and crack her knuckles and be like, okay. Just so you know, this is just an illusion. I'm actually a lot bigger. You sure you want to do this?
East vote Kayala already.
All right. Roll me a charisma check and see how well built you are. As you kind of do this. Oh no, performance. Actually, roll a performance check. Actually, you're performing this kind of act. The 17. You look pretty tough. Roll me a persuasion check.
Now, don't you go up and get scared now. Show the tall legs what we're all about.
He's frightened. He's a little shook, but he still sits at the plate. But he's a little shaken. He had disadvantage on this check. And he put the fear of purple in him.
As
Or,
she's stretching, though, she's gonna cast Ancestor Strength on herself.
Oh,
Like, as she says, this is just an illusion. And when he's like, okay, I still want to do this.
so you pull
Yeah,
a
illusion.
Frieza? You just pull a Frieza? You just
Just
fucking
gonna, like,
walk
"Ooh."
up? You just see her just like, this isn't even my final form, and just
By the
fucking
power of
books.
Grayskull.
Yo,
like Master
okay, yeah.
Roshi, where he just this is ripped out of nowhere.
He's like, and his
I
fucking
warned
book-
you, little man.
Like
I
seeing
warned
the
you.
shirt rips off, like
Okay, Kiala, roll me a sleight of hand as you do that, though.
Okay.
See if he notices you. 'Cause if he notices you just start fucking casting spell, that might be a little different. I say this is a DC 13 because he's not really paying attention.
I'm gonna use my inspiration for this because I really want to.
Hey, don't fuck this up! Don't fuck this up!
Oh, thank God!
Hey, she didn't fuck it up. All right, all right. So as you approach, roll your athletics check at advantage. And he rolls his advantage. He has a +5 to this. He's an athletic boy. Well, hold on now. He can double nat 20. Let's give him a chance. Okay, hold on. That's the wrong thing.
I
Sorry.
was like, what the hell is that?
Judy,
He rolled
okay.
a 77. is that possible?
He's just like lifts her up in the air, just throws her up in the air, and now like just catches her like body slams her back into the ground, fucking Super Saiyan style. Oh no, he fails. +5, either of those he fails. Kiala, how do you beat this guy?
She's just gonna be like, looks at him, wink, and just slams him down.
All right, you put
Duton's
a
like,
small crack in the table.
Wee.
He's like, get off me, you big tall leg, freaking off, my arm.
Told you, little
stuck
man.
in all the-
Told you.
you tall legs, taking all the gravity. Gravity stealers. He just clutching in his wrists. Like, my wrists.
Before he keeps
and he
talking
says-
about that, I'm just gonna walk up and try to like stand him up, just pick him by his head and just stand him back up. Like, you might want to stop talking about tall legs, and I'm gonna stand him back up.
He just looks at you and he says, you're tall and you have short legs. What are you?
You're not really wrong there. I will admit that.
He's like, I'm not sure what to make of you, so I'll give you a medium-sized drink on the house. I'll give you the in-between. And he pours you all very frosty cold ones. And he says, lass, I like you. And he says, I've never been with a tall leg before, but if I would, you'd be the first. And he looks at you up and down, Kiala, and he smiles and he says, I'll pay you a good deal on that. I'll pay you, and he says he'll pay you 1.7 times whatever you purchase the barley for.
Deal.
He smiles. He doesn't shake your hand though.
I did say deal. Shh. You're the one that got me into this mess.
She smiles. She smiles and says, "All right."
Don't forget your tall drinks now.
And he does give you all your drinks,
He's
and they're
gonna
very
have to bring him
frosty.
out slowly, one arm at a time.
he's just like,
Can I get something bigger than a teacup?
And he says, "Okay," and he
You have an old bucket in the back.
he's like, okay, and he pulls out a small mop bucket for him, which is like a large cup for you. And he pours you some frosty one in there. This is about maybe like a 64, not 60, that's not small. It's like a 128 ounce glass, big one.
You have some
Big
extra
120
flavor in there. That mop bucket.
Yeah, dude.
Ew.
Tastes like pie. It's like pine salt. Man. Got that piney flavor. That pie flavor in there.
Tastes like home. Just tastes
yeah.
like home.
Yeah. As you guys have secured the bank, I'm not sure how much you pay for your barley, but if you guys did the math, do the math. Yeah.
We bought
You
it from
guys have-
Hormel.
Yes.
Mhm.
So barley is 50. So times 1.7, 85 gold pieces.
Hey, there we go.
All right. Yeah. Nice quick little profit.
I'll get it updated here.
Cool.
Cool.
And you guys have made some monies. And he looks around at you all and he says, well, you beat me, you won. Hey, and what's your name? He looks over at Duton.
I'm Duton Velmore. You might have heard of the Velmores of Shabai up north.
No, I haven't. But they call me Dread.
Greg?
No, Dred's my brother. Dread.
Fred.
No, that's my sister. Dread.
I think I can help you out with this,
Dread, like in
Dread
Doom,
Fred.
like in Murder, Death, Kill.
Yes. Yeah.
And why did they call you that?
That's the name my wife gave me whenever she saw me.
Oh, that
Then the
definitely
world
makes
dried.
sense. I understand perfectly now.
Oh my.
Everyone,
He
this is
said, "Oh my."
Dread.
He said, "Oh
Oh my.
Oh my god. That threw me off.
I just think of the
was
George.
that
my.
That's the
Was that
George
was that in game that you
Right.
just airlift from the corner? Oh my!
Oh my.
But like
It's just
Boss
like, oh,
says,
no.
George Takei doing it.
Yeah. He's just like, okay, all right, fair enough. He nods and he says, yes, they call me Dread. My sister is Fred, and we
your
own
brother
this
Greg,
fine
yes.
establishment. Mhm. Also have two more siblings as well.
And
We'd like to know
should
their
I
names.
guess, or
he
are you
says.
gonna tell us what their names are?
And no, I'll tell you. You probably won't be guess. One
Mary.
of my sisters' name. No, one of my
Cherry.
sisters is named Shaquanda, and the other one of my brothers is named Quan.
Are they twins?
No, they are paternal, identical twins. As he looks at you,
So I guess that's really
that
a
image
yes.
is hilarious. That image is
Oh.
hilarious. Oh man. But yes, he says this. Yes, but have you heard of? It says like the guild, the Shifting Sands guild member passed away. He was a good time. We did a lot of things together. He says, and he's kind of drifting off as he's looking up in the sky.
Well, I heard that he liked girls. A lot of girls, actually.
Yeah, we both did. What are you implying?
Oh. Sorry about that.
Hey, bud.
That's just a statement.
Dread,
Hey.
it's okay. We're an
Listen.
inclusive bunch here.
Listen,
No
I am
judge.
skilled with the sword as well, but I do not fight sword with swords. He says.
Well, do you know who may have been angry with our master and would do such a devious thing right before I was about to make a big sales pitch to him?
Well, he says, I heard it was some bandits down to the south. He got beat by a girl. He just starts laughing.
So did,
Kale
so
is
did
just
you.
like,
he just starts laughing. He's like, oh wait, I got beat by a girl.
she's like,
Oh,
they're still here, right?
She's still in beast mode. Like,
She's like, hey guys. It's like, hey, She
She's
doesn't
standing
count.
there the whole time like this with the wings out, like
yeah. He's like, oh, I'm still here,
He's
guys.
like, you don't count.
I'll be here all week.
Just because I'm like a giant right now, okay?
Right. I think too. And he says too. Well, yes, that's definitely not a woman. That is an extraterrestrial deity. So she's like an angel or something. Losing to a female angel does not count. He says.
All right, I'll take
It's in the handbook.
If you'll
he
believe what
pulls out
they
a
say
hammer.
about She-Ra, she's the scourge of the desert. So we don't know.
Well,
Clearly
all I
she's
know
powerful
is
enough to take out multiple caravans.
That's going straight to Kayla's ego.
well. He says, listen, if it was me, I'd take my Mary Band down there and I would sing her a song of my people and I would cook her the best bacon ever and I would challenge her to be my wife
Would be a challenge, wouldn't it?
and I would win, he says, because I'm Dread, owner of the Dry Winch.
What are you gonna do with your other wife?
She's what she doesn't know won't hurt her, he says.
Kayla's just gonna like crack her knuckles, like no.
What?
Excuse me, Dread. I do believe you just set yourself up for blackmail, possibly. You might want to not share that kind of information.
My memory is very, very sharp. Maybe some more drinks might
He said-
loosen that up a
He
bit.
said, "Who would blackmail a halfling? We're friendly and we're short, with the best qualities."
I was like,
Well, I mean, that
hi,
is
have you met
true.
Aerith?
Who is Aerith? He says.
love those things.
He looks around. And he says, "I don't see an Who's talking? Oh, wow, you blended really well. Hey,
That's
I'm
the plan.
Dread. He sends
He
his hand
steps
to
out
you.
of the shadows.
she's like, I am the shadow. She
She,
leans
she
out.
literally
"Hi."
just tapped on his shoulder, standing right next to him for the last 25 minutes.
He's like, hey, I've been. He's like, He's like, hey, I'm Dread. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Dread.
He extends his hand to you, and he says, would you like to be my second wife?
I'll have to pass.
He says, I guess I'm not opening Dry Winch too then. Fair enough.
Did you name
and-
this place after your wife?
Nope.
Did you
Yes.
just
No. No, I named it after a whale, he says.
Eric's making
I
like
cannot-
mental notes like send girls here.
It's like, no. He says, I made it after the well, and he winks, hints at you. Definitely not after my wife.
I do know some girls that you might be interested in though.
He says, roll a persuasion check at advantage. He's a interesting fellow.
Dutan's trying to egg it on.
As
Come
you
on,
say
you
that,
know you
can
like
I
the
can I
ladies.
try to slide? As weird as this sounds, can I try to sleight of hand a card to you, Aerith?
Ah!
One of your business cards?
Is this his calling card?
Fair
This
enough.
is-
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
sure
look at
it's
that.
one of his special decks.
Just gonna pick it up slowly. Try and like
That's what
Look
we
down at it.
character art on.
Oh, God.
All right.
As I try to like slide it in your hand, I'm just gonna whisper. I think he needs one of these. Try and stick the card in your hand.
oh
He's
god.
like,
She
He
slides
says-
it back down.
he
Actually, maybe
looks
I'll keep
around
this.
like, I think he's looking like, so what women do you know? He's like, tell me a little bit about, are you like some kind of like, madame or something?
No, I just have a lot of friends. And my
Yeah.
friends don't come cheap.
So
Kayla's
He's
like,
like-
behind her, like,
he's like drawing like. Have you ever seen that meme of like the girl like
The
she's like the
triangle?
math appears? Yeah, he's like madame, not madame. Man. He's like freaking brain is frying.
It's
As he
best
looks
if you
back
don't
over-
think about it too hard.
He just looks over at you and he says, we'll come back a little later at night and we'll discuss this while my any eyes could possibly hear. And roll a perception check, Aerith. You see there's a short halfling woman with a frying pan equipped in her left hand. She seemingly has it in the shot put stance as if she's ready to aim or perhaps launch this ranged projectile at somebody.
We'll negotiate later. She slides him the card.
He just says, I don't cross swords or fight swords, so you can have that back.
You can use it to convince your wife.
He looks at the card and is like, how does that even work? He just staring at the card strangely. He's like, why is the he looks at Horn, he's like,
yeah, that's what you're looking at.
I'm gonna he says, I could have crossed swords with many a lad, but that's not a man I'm crossing swords with, he says.
I'd
Slide
imagine
it
it'd
back
be
to Horn. I
difficult.
really tried. I really did.
You'd have to get a stepping stool, at least.
I
I'd
really
have to
tried.
get an axe to chop down that tree, he says. I need an axe to chop down that guy. He says, all right, well, I'll leave you all to it. He looks at Aaron, he's like, call me. Yeah, I assume you guys
Like cuckoo,
leave.
like that.
no, it's like call me. And he's like that,
Like
and
phones
he's like,
don't
he's like,
exist. You're like,
Yeah.
what is that?
As we
Those
walk
frying
out,
pans?
please tell me the frying pan just hits the wall next to his head.
no, the frying pan hits him in the head. All you hear is bing. Ah, damn it. Ah, fuck. And you hear a loud crash. You definitely think somebody fell. You think somebody's definitely not going to be awake anytime soon. So
And
he
so
might have to
close
wake him
getting
up there.
discounts.
All right.
We'll
Well,
come back later when the missus is gone.
and you just hear halfling yelling. Does anybody here speak halfling?
Irva's gonna pull KL to the side. So I have this business proposition that maybe you'd like to be in.
I'm listening.
So I met some girls. We could really use some security and your powers of persuasion. She's like whispering to her, like, keep it on the down low, but let me know if you're interested.
Sounds promising. We'll talk later.
Yeah. I keep realizing I'm doing that. I just realized that I was doing
Yes,
the,
you keep
yes,
going down.
I'm like, oh yeah, I definitely don't do that. I'm like here. Okay, I gotta stop actually doing like that. I do that like off habit. Let me make sure. Sorry. All right, so okay. As you guys leave the tavern, it's like
That's what he
probably
does.
mid to late after. Cause I like to lean back in my chair. I don't know why it's a habit. I like to lean back. It's just like I'm like Fat Joe, man.
Get
Lean
his
back
mind
in,
out
but-
his money and his money on his mind.
mine, dude. Come on, man. But all right. So you guys are leaving the tavern. It's like midday. I'd say it's maybe not. I'll say mid to late day. So early evening. So like 4:30. You guys have sold your goods. You've gotten some wages. You've gotten some drinks as well, and food for today. What are you guys doing for the rest of the evening?
What is it that we want to take with us, Boz? Do you have something in mind?
Let's take a look at what we have to buy. So currently our funds were at 308 gold. I think we have 6 platinum, but I think we should just keep that just in case. So if we're buying 308, I could pick up salt, but that would take most of our gold. Maybe linen, papyrus, that would put us at 250. And then wheat.
Well, salt's a high commodity for the desert, right?
It's good everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, just
It
the
is.
one, yeah. And some papyrus. I
Do
think
we
we
want
should
to
budget.
do we want to go all in with this gold that we have and only keep the platinum, or should we just do salt and hit it? Keep a little bit of extra gold in case we need to resupply.
58, and then give 100 gold if we did that. Yeah, I think that's good. I think we should always have a padding. It's probably safe to have a padding of at least 100 gold. So
I
just
mean-
the salt makes the most sense.
I was gonna say that was kind of always Mordo's problem was he'd spend his money faster than he could bring it in.
Yeah, well, you got to make money to, or spend money to make money. Yeah, I think 250 is good. I mean,
we should
we've
go with the
got,
salt.
yeah, a 5 days journey. Even if we get 1.2 times, it's still pretty good.
Yeah, the more money. So the biggest thing is the bigger things you buy, the more obviously your profit margins increase. Obviously, you make more money. So it varies from. I forget about it as well too. So this is a merchant guild, of course. So they make their real money by selling and buying goods and moving them from city to city. We go from minus 1.5, so they lose money, to 1, which means they break even, to 1.2, 1.5, 1.75, and 2, which is the max. Usually that's if it's like really, really a commodity, or special occasions where a place really needs a good and you can get a really special price for it.
A
And
load
that's
of
kinda-
salt. Take a load of salt with us and start heading towards the guildmaster's killer.
Yeah, I think that's the best bet. We've got plenty of food and water. Get more information, maybe side jobs if we absolutely have to. But yeah.
As
Scoop that
Horn
up.
says, head towards the killer. Kayla's gonna like dramatically twirl, and her cloak's gonna turn black, and she's gonna be like, "Let's go."
All right. And as you slowly begin to, as like time passes, of course, and you all see Kiala slowly go back down to her normal size.
I
How
got
does that
8
look like?
hours.
8 hours?
Got 8 hours.
Holy! So you're just fucking King Kong for 8 hours? Holy!
If I
fuck.
want to be, it's concentration. So if
I mean,
wanna
that's
be.
still really good. You're just
yeah.
yo.
She's
Okay,
prepared
so-
for if we like break down in the desert. She's gonna like carry
Yo,
shit.
that is wild. So you
What
just
gives you that
basically get
ability?
like magical
It's a spell.
steroids,
Sweet.
ancestor strength. She gets steroids. Basically, get a
Basically.
what the fuck is it called? What's that? One Ocho, not Ocho Cinco.
Again.
That baseball player used.
Barry Bonds,
Fucking Barry Bonds, and what's the other one?
Mark McGuire.
Mark McGuire,
Sammy
I can't-
Sammy, Sammy Sosa, yeah,
Sammy.
There's a list.
Roger Clemens,
the one with
Want me
the
to
weird
keep
name
going?
that starts with a C. The one that starts with a C. I keep forgetting.
Jose
It's
Canseco.
like
Canseco.
yes, Canseco. Yeah, Jose Canseco. He was like, I read a book about steroids. I was
No,
like,
his weirdest thing wasn't steroids. His weirdest
the
thing was
corked
peeing
back,
on his hands to
right?
get his calluses built up.
oh, I didn't hear that at all.
Yeah,
How do you
Yeah,
gain this knowledge?
dude. And you know somebody in like his training camp was like, yeah, back in the 50s, we just peed on our hands and we just
No,
rubbed them together and just
There's
fucking
a
did
there's
it.
a fighter. I'm trying to think of his name. He's a Brazilian fighter, and he drinks his own urine after he competes or like trains.
Look at
Says,
Night.
like he was gonna lose. He was gonna like lose those minerals. It's so bad. I'm like
so
Oh my
so-
god,
he believes
so he's a screwed up Bear Giles, is what you're saying.
yeah,
bro.
Bear.
Could you could you imagine, bro? Like you pass Gatorade, water. You're like, you know what? Nah, just give me that fresh piss, man. I need that, dude. You know, hey, this pee is marked for like I peed yesterday. Can I get that fresh? Can I get it bottled? That's
I
wild,
never
bro.
understood athletes. I'm
Ah,
still
you s-
confused now.
No, that's not.
No,
that man
that's
is,
not normal. Just so
No,
you know.
like,
yeah.
That's
No.
fucked.
That's
just
that,
fucked.
no, trust me, that shit ain't normal.
No, bro. I don't even play all kinds of sports, and no one has ever told me, yeah, I drink my own pee, man. When I'm
No,
like, you know, a little,
It's usually
Yeah.
Gatorade or
yeah, it's usually fucking Power Gator, whatever like that. But guys, you guys do have the rest of the day, or you guys could send the rest of the day away, and rest up and head back out. You guys can also have full beds in the Adventure Hall, of course. So you guys do have that amenity.
Do we get our stuff purchased? Head back to the guild hall, leave early tomorrow morning? Get a full day travel in?
Sounds like
And a
plan.
full day's rest. Kiala did spend a spell slot as well.
yeah, we should rest up. Plus, we've had some drinks in us. I think.
I'm gonna
It's been a
buy you
long
a
day.
drink.
Yeah, so purchase the salt, head back to the
Mhm.
guild hall, kind of get everything prepped up and ready, and then next morning we leave out bright and early.
All right, you guys definitely do that as well. Yeah, you guys definitely purchase the salt. Arif, do you return back to Sea Dread at the Dry Winch?
No, I would have sent one of my girls.
All right.
The terms would be a discount for future negotiations with us.
All right. I'm gonna. All right. Let's see how. I'm gonna roll her a charisma. Actually, roll me 3d20, Aerith.
3d20.
3d20. Okay. All right. And okay. As you wake up the next day, you are approached by the barkeep Aerith as you wake up. Says, "Hey, one of your ladies is here to come see you. She said it's personal.
Thank you so much. And I'll head down.
All right. She says, hey, mama. She says,
Hey, girl.
she smiled and says, it was looking good tonight. And she hands you 5 gold pieces, Aerith. He says, that's your cut, of course. And he said that you guys can get a smooth 15% discount on anything you buy or purchase from there. I mean, buy or sell to the dry window. So
Great
says,
job. Did you have any troubles?
No, but he did.
harm you in any way?
He was a hurricane, she says.
Oh my.
Started strong and it's fast.
Oh.
Oh my! He was a.
Why isn't oh my in Sirenscape?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Can you
I don't
upload
think it is
stuff?
in there.
Can you add
Yes,
stuff?
we can
I
definitely
think
add that.
so.
It's
Dude,
just
we're gonna
me going, oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my, dude.
It's got to be the George Takei.
Whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my. It's just, dude. I think everybody should have their own like specific sound about. It's gonna happen,
Their
bro.
catchphrase.
During the campaign, everybody's gonna have that one thing that somebody said it became a meme. That oh my shit is hilarious, dog.
It's like it's not
but-
intentional. I swear.
But she does say, "Okay, Mama. Anything else?"
That's good for now. Did you hear anything about the one-eyed specter? Anything interesting there? Did any of the girls pick up anything interesting there?
She says, "I heard that they're hiring extra dancers for the play. We can earn some money, but from what I heard, they're not looking for girls like us. I'm looking more for girls like you." And she looks at Aerith and your Jinborn friend as well.
Good to know.
We
Kayla's
don't we don't really dance in the finance establishment, she says. We tend to dance in the dark. And she smiles and says, "Anything else, Mama?"
No, that's it. You have yourself a great day. And she'll give her a gold piece.
She smiles and says, "Thank you, Mama." And she's gonna walk out the door swaying.
Tucks it. Tucks it.
She's just like zoop, and she's like, all right, tucks it in there, and then she's swaying, and she's hip switching. If you know, you know. Yes, soon wake
Take
up
care of
after.
my girls.
cute.
You know what it reminds me of? Have you seen The Other Guys? So Will Ferrell says he accidentally became a pimp. I don't know
Oh
why.
yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Mark Wahlberg's like, why do they like you? And it's like, he's like, Will Ferrell is like that, like is like the boy next door. I guess I don't know. Not even that, because Will Ferrell just I don't know what's the word. Anyway, anyway, but yes, it is the next morning. You guys have a full benefits of a long rest. You guys also gain 5 temporary hit points for resting and your beds and in a nice establishment. So 5 temporary hit points that will last you until you spend them. So I like treating temporary hit points.
We need it.
Is as
Yeah,
if
I was like,
that
we're gonna need it.
I need it.
that yes, and also I'm looking now. I think keeping temporary hit points until you actually use them is no harm, no foul, because they don't stack. So whatever. So yeah, you guys gain all 5 temporary hit points. Whoop whoop. And are you guys on the road again?
On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road.
And again, there you go. All right, now we're gonna go to some.
Load up a couple of the camels, get the salt going.
Mhm. I've got the
And,
All right.
Here we go.
in the D&D goods. I have a
Brushing
party loot
Pedro
tab.
down.
Set it up.
Eric's like squinting. Oh god, it's always so bright here.
As you do leave Aerith, Bria, the adopted daughter of your former guildmaster, is gonna ask you. I have a question. She says.
Yes.
It says, I've heard that about these. You're a fae, right? You're not. You're like a fae.
I am, yes.
Why do you wear a veil, like indoors? She says.
I like to keep my face somewhat hidden, in case.
Okay, and she looks at you like that strange, like you crazy, but I'm gonna accept your answer. uh,
You're
as
gonna
she
have
looks,
to. I'm your boss.
she's like, you have to accept me or not, or you're gonna die.
I'm just
so-
kidding. I don't say that.
no,
She's
no.
definitely thinking that.
She's like, do you not know who I am? Yeah. So you guys definitely pack up and get out. And who is going to be our weekly roller?
I'll take
take
it.
it.
Our roller.
Oh wow, everybody.
Boss is first. Boss is first. I didn't hear boss first, at least unless I'm Tyler. So boss, you're rolling for today.
100. 100.
No, not 100. First of all, Horn roll a D100 for your feet. Wow, that was drawn way out, dude. I was like, that was like some Fred Sanford shit, right? That's like, I was like, so yes, and guys, you don't know, Horn does. Everyone says that with their own unique feat, and it is. Wait, hold on, wait. Do you mind if I tell people or no?
That's fine.
I was
Yeah. Good.
going to ask that beforehand.
No,
If I tell you or not?
It's the Spirit Walker. I'm not going to know
yeah,
what it
got-
is until it actually comes out, but it's the Spirit Walker. I have proficiency with cartography tools, nature, survival, and as we travel along, I get to roll a D100, and if I roll a certain number or higher, something cool happens for the group.
Sweet.
So
Yeah. All right. So far as today is pretty standard day. All right. Now roll me a 1d13, boss.
Wish me luck.
Wish us luck.
Throw some dice.
All right. 1,
Harass.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Okay, guys.
when the
And you
DM
guys-
waits that long,
Like
that's
shit.
scary as hell.
It's like, ooh, okay. Yeah, guys, you guys are traveling, and as you guys are traveling, you see that the area in front of you is covered in like very sharp and jagged stones. You feel as if you guys could push through this area, that your animals will have to make dex saves, or take some damage, as these very sharp stones are they're sharp stones. Yeah, they're sharp stones, sprawled across this entire area here. Or you could wait another day and try to, as you kind of go around the sharp stones.
Well, the way ahead looks very treacherous. I would prefer to go around this.
I agree. We can't risk our animals. They're our lifeblood. I'm certainly not carrying that salt.
It's a lot of
I'm
salt,
gonna,
dog.
like-
It's a lot of salt.
Yeah.
It's like
I don't
fucking
want
like
to lose
several
bricks.
hundred pounds of salt.
Yeah.
That's bricks of salt.
No
So you guys are
reason-
going around.
No reason to push the animals this early in the trip. Let's head around.
All right. So I'll move you guys 30.
And if we're being honest, Mordu can't get any more dead. So we've got plenty of time to exact our revenge.
Yeah, we don't have to be that fast.
You're not wrong there.
Alright.
Though I hope no
Uh,
one finds her first. And we'd have
All
trust.
right. You guys go around, and day goes by pretty uneventfully as you guys are pretty close to major cities. You guys get the full benefit of you guys get the full benefits of a short rest as you guys are traveling. Horn, give me a D100 as you're traveling. No moss. Boss, give me a D13. Tell me something good.
All right, let's see.
A 4. Oh, oh my goodness. All right. Okay. Guys, as you guys are traveling on the road with your goods as well, you see that you see in the distance. So everybody roll me perception checks as you guys are looking. It's a strange kind of glowing thing. You see them far in the distance.
Aerith in the daylight can't see crap.
Yeah. Dude, Aerith in the daylight, Aerith should be like Jekyll, Jekyll and Hyde. She's like Stevie Wonder in daylight, but then she just turns into like a true fighting force at night. Dude,
She's only really
wow.
pretending to look. She can't actually see shit.
Yes,
She's like,
She's just going.
He's like, all right. I hear.
He's looking in the opposite direction.
He's like, I'm walking. With
It's like, over here.
ooh,
Just
My
turn me.
passive is higher than what I rolled. That is so sad.
hey, this is some Saniar or something. Okay, Duton, Horn. Well, no, yeah, Horn, Duton, and Boss. You see a woman with glowing hair, and a large sword on her shoulders, and seemingly he's running full sprint down this road. What do you guys do?
Is that in our direction or away from us?
Yes, in your direction. Yes.
Do we see anything chasing her? Does she appear to be in trouble?
No.
And her weapon
she
is
does-
sheathed, right?
No. She has a cloud buster sword,
Oh, damn.
and she's like hanging. She has it on her shoulder like this, so she's running it like this, like with it on her shoulder.
Najee, stay behind the camels and get your bow. We might have some trouble.
What is it, man?
That sounds like a great idea for me too.
Yeah.
How,
Guys,
how,
you an
how far?
adult?
How far?
He
How far
turns-
away? How far away is she?
She's about a mile.
coming at us.
She has glowing purple hair too.
Do y'all point this out? Because I feel like Kayla and
Yes.
Aerith
Oh,
are over here
no,
having
I-
a conversation.
I definitely
Like,
would.
oh.
As we're walking, I'd be like, I would walk up and just like slap KL on the shoulder, like, hey, look.
Guys.
See?
Her hair's so
I can't-
pretty.
Yeah, I'm
I
not worried
can't
about the
see.
hair. Worrying about her giving us haircuts.
Do we
Look at that weapon.
turn off? Do we turn
Let's
off
let's
to the
pull
east
camels
and
to
try
the
and
side
kind of?
and possibly let her have her way if she's in a rush. I think we shouldn't hinder her.
She's coming straight for us.
You just want to
Right,
pull
but if we-
over in the desert.
So I'm gonna kind of start gradually pushing us to kind of turn off towards the east around her to see if she keep an eye on her to see if she turns towards us if we start moving kind of a cross direction from her.
She looks at. Oh no! As you guys are moving around, give me a land vehicle check. Actually, as you're kind of new. Actually, camels aren't vehicles.
Animal handling?
the Aerith, give me an animal handling. Not Aerith. Kiala. Wow, give me an animal.
I was
handling.
like, oh, okay. Go ahead,
Karen,
Aerith.
go ahead, Kiala.
Go
Give me
for
an-
it.
I forgot. No. With the 14, you definitely whip these camels into high speed. You're like, move, and they're like, meh. Well, I'm not sure what sounds camel.
Camels that sound like sheep. What do we got over here?
What
Shamble.
sound do camel? This,
It's a
okay.
shamble. It's a, yeah, we now
Tell
have
me-
shambles. No,
tell
we
me
now
what
have
sound
shambles.
a camel makes.
Camels sound
Camels
weird.
sound-
They're like
They sound like llamas.
they're like they like I
Bro,
don't
yes,
know.
what I'm saying, bro. Show
I don't
me a
know.
camel sound and let me know, because
Sounds like a
'cause y'all
fat
don't-
man snoring.
Yeah. Like they have
Yala,
sleep
how do
apnea.
you not
No.
have this down packed
No.
by now?
This is D&D. We now have shambles.
I guess we have these were like mule camels, I guess, like camel camels, I guess. Fair enough.
Camel, camel.
Yeah, as we change course, what
Shamble.
does she do?
She smiles and she says, and she you kind of see her like kind of just like the visor thing. She's like, Tommy, and she looks. Thomas? He's waving. Thomas!
Just look to
Tom-
everybody. The hell is she?
Thomas!
Who
I
are
wish
you
this
talking
Thomas fellow
to?
would answer her. You know.
Thomas.
Hey! She starts running full speed towards you. Still?
I'm gonna put my hands up, just like stop,
You-
stop running.
Do you perhaps think she's seeing us as a mirage?
Ooh, maybe
She
she's
looks half
delusional.
crazy. From this distance, would we be able to tell if she's like dehydrated or anything? like
No,
that? Looks
she seems
crazy.
pretty healthy. The fact that her hair is glowing is very strange. She is she's well built like Kiala, but that sword is massive. And this is an anime, so people can't just normally swing around 45-pound swords. So
very
the fact
careful.
that
I'm gonna keep trying to get her to stop running, like stop running, and just keep like
here's
trying
a-
to get yelling at her to get her to stop running towards us.
roll me an intimidation check.
All right.
I'm readying a firebolt.
Is-
You just see.
Oh,
a
Horde and
flame.
his intimidation.
Stop running, please stop. Stop it.
How many times must I tell you your teeth need some refinement with that growl?
Fix
Ethan,
it
you
for
gotta-
me, short
You gotta
stuff.
get him that grill.
Fix
He
it
needs
for
the
me,
grill.
short stuff.
It's a smile from. Let me see your grill. But yeah, she is running toward you full speed, and she's about 100 feet from you. And she says, "Hey,
And so she, as we came off, she turned and kept coming towards us. Then,
yeah."
okay.
Mhm. And she says, "Thomas, it's me, Zana." And you see this dark-skinned woman. She looks to be human with long, glowing hair, with this large buster-like sword. And she says, "I finished my book." And it looks as if she's looking straight at Boss.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think she's
All
talking to you.
yours.
You're up.
I
like
don't-
Kayla's gonna push him forward.
Just like hesitantly straightens himself. Excuse me, ma'am. I don't know who you think I am, but we've never met.
And she can't see, and she like gets close. She's about like 20 feet from you now, you all now, and she kind of just slams the sword to the ground. And she's very strong. The ground doesn't shake per se, but the fact that she can send a 45 slab of steel 3 feet into sand is pretty incredible.
Yeah.
By any stretch of the imagination. But Thomas, you told me to go find and self-discover myself and figure out who I am and what it means to be a hero. I did that. I even wrote a book. Here. She throws the book at you. Read it.
What's it say on
the
the cover?
It says, Zana, the greatest hero the Southlands has ever seen. It's a self-titled autobiography of the greatest hero the world has ever seen. Zana.
Boss unfolds a very tiny pair of spectacles and just goes to reading. Like,
As you open the book, it's filled of very crude drawings of Zana picturing killing things. The best way I explain it to you, imagine like
like
somebody
a kid's
drawing
crayon.
Yeah.
drawing.
She's like standing on top of a dragon, like sword in a dragon. She's like thumbs up. It's literally 300 pages of just crudely drawn pictures of Zana killing things.
He's like thumbing through it, page
He's like-
after page. At first, he's like confused, and then it dawns on him. He claps the book shut, and he's like, in his mind, "We're dealing with the crazy person." Well, I'm glad you finished the book, but I think you have the wrong person. We don't know each other.
Thomas, listen, we go way back. I even wrote my own musical for this. Listen, all right. Like, come on, Marie, you know it, right? And she looks over at Aerith. Like, come on. We even sung together. Remember?
Am I the only one that doesn't know what's going on right now? How do you all know her, and how does she know you, and how did you guys
In
meet
South-
up in the desert? and how is
Marie,
this happening?
in South, we sung together. We even secured a free night's room and board from that old creepy dude at the tavern. like 20 years ago.
That sounds legit. And she's gonna look at Aerith like, that sounds like something you do.
Remind me of your name. I'm sorry. I'm being rude. It was on
Xana.
Xana. Come here. Come and rest a bit. It's been a long time. As I do that, I want to cast Detect Magic. Maybe see if there's something confusing her or
I think
modifying
she's
her
just
memory.
delirious from the heat.
She might be.
She is glowing. Like you see, her sword is definitely like radiating very powerful magics,
Mhm.
as well as her armor, and as well as like several spots of her body seem to be filled with different types of magic, as if she has several magical items.
Hmm.
And her hair is also glowing as well.
But there's
No,
no
with the
I can't detect
magical
any kind
effects?
of like a suggestion style. What is enchantment
No.
magic or anything?
Does she
No,
look
as
like
far as
she's wealthy or carrying anything
um
other than the book.
as
Bunch of
far
magic
as yeah, I mean it's on the picture you see like her by a chest, like in that classic fuckboy pose, like you know.
He's
I know.
dead. What?
We gotta have
You know
that
what
one
I'm
more
talking
time.
about, too.
Yeah,
You
I know what
gotta-
you're talking about.
like that way, like it's like with one knee down,
Yes.
right bad light, like it's
I'm an island
You know what-
boy.
like you know what I'm talking about. But, you know what I mean? Like you just like, hey, it's like the classic fuckboy pose. And she's right there. You see that like behind in this really cute picture, it's a picture of like a chest. She's like posing in front of it and like a dead cyclops, something like that. Yeah, and also just by looking at her armor seems to be very finely drawn, made with golden inlay as well, and it's fine decorative drawing as well. This her armor alone is probably several thousand gold pieces, and the sword also seem to be very finely crafted as well. And it seems to be metal as well, and you think that this thing's several thousand gold pieces as well. If she isn't wealthy, what she is carrying and wearing is would show up something that a king would wear.
I'm sorry, ma'am. Xana?
Yes, she says.
I am just in awe of your beauty and what you're wearing. How did you come about that armor and that sword?
It's a long tale, but I can sell it to you in our play. My play is going to be produced in Nuria Natal, and it will be for the up and coming festival happening in about 6 months from now. I will be starring as me, of course. Would you like to hear the first act?
Yeah,
I
can I get a
forgot
little?
we're good.
Well, could I get a little synopsis of what this play is about?
Marie,
please?
why are you so rude? Listen, we've done so much stuff together.
It's hot. She's tired. She's in the sun. She doesn't do well in the sun. She just needs a break.
Fair enough, she says, and she looks at you and says, "Yeah, sure. You want to learn from like, okay, well, in the first act says, well, okay, I left my home. I am originally actually from, let's see here. I'm originally from Swahal before I decided to travel with several of my adventuring buddies to become adventurers and save and make the world a better place. They all died over the years, but I survived and I have achieved greatness in their memory, and I carry all of their wishes and all their dreams with me, and I forge ahead, killing stuff and slaying stuff, and they all died pretty early in my career. Actually, they all died in the first year of us being adventurers, sadly. He says, Hale died to a mimic chest. He was eaten whole. She says, Marcellus died from being drowned by a knoll.
Did he look like a bitch?
Well, I don't think he does, because I mean, even his mama said Marcellus doesn't look like a bitch. And I've heard people call him a bitch, but his mama said I don't think he looks like a bitch. So
That's what the mama said. Mama said.
Did she ever
Well,
say knock him
bitch.
out?
I mean, I'll listen.
Well,
He died second.
Tell us the last time you saw us. It's been so long, I don't remember.
And that's as well too, guys. As well as you hear as well, she looks very young. She looks about maybe no older than 25.
What race
As
is she?
well.
Did you say
Didn't you just say you did
She
something
looks-
20 years ago with Marie?
Yeah, 20, close to 30 years ago. Yes.
Marie, How old are you?
Yeah, how old's Marie?
I've never met this woman in my life. I would know.
Eric, you've never met her before.
I have never met this woman.
I'm gonna go along with
Okay.
Are you avoiding the question?
This girl is
Answer
crazy.
the questions, Marie.
This girl is crazy.
Okay,
Don't you know it's rude
Zaina.
to ask a woman's age?
Yeah, who asked? Okay, well, it sounds like a great play. I think you should hustle on over to Nuria and get that set up. And then as soon as we get in town, we will definitely come check that out. I will bring these two myself personally to make sure they are there to do their part in this play. Maybe try the dry winch when you get there. Good
I
point.
will, she says. I haven't been a Nuri in about 5 years now, but I finally got my ideas and thoughts together, and I finally have enough material to